Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Hope everything is great. Everything here is wonderful. It's raining. I got the part to fix my furnace. That's what I'm going to do after work today. And I got I got the updated components for the new version of the train game. So that'll be coming soon. But today, I actually have something I want to discuss. Something that's been stuck in my head for weeks or maybe even months. I'm not even really sure how long, but it's a single phrase that I've thought about for a very long time now that just galls me a little bit. And it comes from a person here on YouTube that is only known to us as Pocket83. Pocket has actually sent me one of his magnets, so you might remember me getting that. Pocket is an unknown person. We've never seen his face. I don't know much about him other than he's a very thoughtful and expressive person. He's very well-read. He's very affluent, and he writes amazingly thoughtful comments. And he often watches some of these videos, so he might pop in. Who knows? But, and he lives somewhere nearish me. We're not too far apart. I'm in the northern part of West Virginia. He's in the southwestern part of PA, so we're somewhere near each other-ish. He made a comment in a video. It might have been months ago, and it probably was. And I believe, I don't remember the context of the comment, but from what I remember, it was simply along the lines of Mrs. Pocket, his wife, wanted something, and he said, "And I am a man of action. Therefore, he did the thing." That line, "I am a man of action," has stuck in my head for all this time because I have come to the realization, or I have come to the conclusion, or I have settled with the fact that I am not a man of action. I am the opposite. I am a man of thought. I think about everything ad nauseum. And I don't think anybody in my life would accuse me of being rash. Like, I think about everything to probably a problematic extent. Oh, sorry. I should edit these shows sometimes. I think about everything to a problematic extent. I am an overthinker. Therefore, I do not take action quickly, easily, or without hesitation. I almost always have hesitations, especially even when it's something that I've done dozens of times and I'm comfortable doing. I often still hesitate, to the point of infuriating those around me, to the point of upsetting people who have asked me to do something for them. I think too damn much, and I would love to not, right? But I don't know how. The thing about being a man of thought is when a problem arises, instead of jumping in and attempting to fix the problem and working my way through the solution, incrementally, I would rather sit and think about the problem, think about all the consequences of various ways of fixing the problems, thinking about all the unintended ways that the fix could go wrong, and then attempting to fix the problem after I have found all of the information. And what that means is that it often takes me ridiculous amounts of time because a lot of that stuff could be discovered in situ. Like, a lot of the issues that I have perceived as potentials could have been discovered in the process and accounted for in the process. And so instead of doing nothing and thinking about it, I could have been at least progressing and came to that same conclusion, or maybe ruled that conclusion out completely while fixing the problem. Case in point, this attachment to my furnace that broke. I attempted to be a man of action. Cool, let's go get a new one and fix it. So we ran to the store. I found one that I thought was similar enough, and I bought it, and I brought it back, and I went to put it on, and it would not work with my setup. My setup is not not the same as what the standard in the box things are. Had I considered any of that prior to, I probably would have gotten the correct part. But I got it today because in that moment I discovered this is incorrect. I now need to figure out why, fix the problem, and order the correct thing. I did that instantly. I got the part today because I was able to come to that conclusion very rapidly and find the fix. As opposed to sitting down and thinking about it, trying to figure out, is there a certain control scheme? Do I need to look up owner's manuals? Like, it might not have been until today that I ordered the part, and then I wouldn't have it for 2 more days or 3 more days or whatever. That was a good choice. Now, did I waste time and effort and money driving to a store that's a half an hour away to purchase a part that didn't work? Yeah, I did. But I got to the conclusion much faster than had I sat and ruminated on it or thought about how difficult it's going to be to do this. It's not difficult at all to replace that pump. It's actually very simple. Same thing with the bathtub. I really, when the tile fell off the bathtub, it was just like, well, now what do I do? Like, I have no concept of how tiling works. I have no concept of what I'm supposed to do in this particular situation. Am I going to make it worse by screwing it up? Am I going to, And so I thought until finally it was just like, we have to have a bath, right? Em was going to go to her brother's house half an hour away to shower. Like, we need to have this working, and I have to do something. And so, as much as I wanted to just be like, I'm going to call somebody and get them to come take care of it, maybe put in a new surround, blah, 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 we'll just not do it for now. I had to get it done. So I went to the store and I talked to a guy, and he said, here's what you want, here's what you need to do, wait this long, put this together, you're good to go. I need to learn to take action faster. And that doesn't necessarily rule out thinking. It's okay to think, to have some forethought, right? I go to the store to purchase groceries knowing what I'm going to purchase, and that's okay. But I also purchase things that I wasn't intending to purchase. Things that I didn't think about while I'm sitting here, but while I'm at the store going, oh yeah, that looks great, I want to cook that. And I think that's very similar to everything I've just talked about. It's okay to have a plan, or to at least begin the process of planning, but sometimes you just have to jump, and you just have to do, and in the doing, the plan will come together. And I fail at that a lot. I fail at taking action. I just sit and think. And often that leads me to a point where I become so overwhelmed with my own thought or my own perceived problems or consequences that I just never tackle the project. I never accomplish anything because I'm too busy worrying about what if it goes this way and what if it goes that way instead of trying it and seeing what happens. And I think that's one of the things that Pocket excels at. If you go to his main channel, it's not super active, but if you go to his Pocket 83.2 channel, you will find that he posts a lot of experiments, and he talks a lot, and he shows a lot of his iterations. And that's action in progress, right? Like that's exactly how it's supposed to work. You try it, and then you try it again, and then you try it again. That's how I approach game design, but I have a really hard time doing that with a lot of other things. Working on it. Trying to be a man of action. Trying to figure that out. But those words are still stuck in my head. What is a man of action, and is it possible for me to ever become one? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is paradox. It is a noun meaning a seemingly absurd and self-contradicting situation that seems impossible but may in fact be true. The article profiled a man who was... I just said profiled. The article profiled a man who was a real paradox. He was grossly overweight and yet had tremendous athletic stamina. Paradox. P-A-R-A-D-O-X. I mean... Is a sumo wrestler a paradox based on that?